Gotta talk about it. Gotta talk about Megan the Stallion. It always makes me want to say the Stallion because it's spelled that way, but she's currently embroiled in a lawsuit regarding something along the lines of her being misrepresented and having some kind of like a mental break because and having PTSD because this gentleman it let me make sure I get his name right. I always get the names crazy. Get out of here. Let me make sure I get the name right. I just want to make sure I get the name right. Okay, this is not showing me anything. Okay, I'm looking for it right now. Her name, the name, I'm still looking for it. This is crazy. This is a defamation case against Milagro Gramz or Milagro Cooper, a social media commentator and blogger known as Milagro Gramz. Is being held in Florida, and it dates back to Tory Lane's conviction of the shooting that occurred, where her feet were shot at, and so she sustained injuries, I believe it was. But I just want to get you to that information. The real story is Megan Thee Stallion is an example of PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder. This is a serious mental condition. This needs to be explored. It needs to be explored in hip hop. A lot of people have childhood PTSD in hip hop, and they don't really talk about it or show it. And some people put it into their music. I mean, they don't have a diagnosis, but they have various instances where it can be construed as PTSD. I mean, you can talk about Jay-Z. You can say he has PTSD, but he's not been diagnosed because of his lack of his father being there. Many rappers have that story. Tupac, Biggie. Just list goes on. I mean, even like Eminem. Maybe he has some kind of mental disorder or something like that, but it's gone undiagnosed. I have a mental disorder. I have bipolar disorder, so I know what I'm talking about when I'm saying this. I think that with Megan Thee Stallion's defamation trial, it's all about her putting that rejecting being a character in the video game series Call of Duty because her character would be getting shot. So that they use the word triggered, and I'm like, oh my, is that the best way you can state her current mental makeup? But they that really offended her in a certain way because she was actually shot. So she didn't want that to be part of her character's storyline. The fact that she could potentially be shot and killed. You know who took over? Yes, Nicki Minaj. Nicki Minaj took over, and she has the character, and so I think that's pretty much the idea of what it was. It says defendant is the longtime mouthpiece of Daystar Peterson, aka Tory Lanez, a convicted felon who shot Miss Pete in 2020 and has been working with him ever since to falsely brand Miss Pete an incompetent liar and alcoholic, the complaint alleges. As part of their vendetta, defendant spreads vicious and hateful rumors about Miss Pete to defendant's over 100,000 social media followers, causing Miss Pete extreme emotional distress. Defendant's malicious intent is clear. Discredit and shame Miss Pete because of her testimony at Mr. Peterson's trial, which ultimately landed him in prison where he is currently serving a 10-year sentence for shooting Miss Pete. So, therefore, you're going to have a lot of these stories crop up about, different ideas. People being in distress, defaming people's names, There was a promoting an altered sexual depiction of Megan Thee Stallion, cyber stalking, and intentional infliction of emotional distress. That's what's going on. That's the kind of world we live in right now. It's disgusting. It's always been like this ever since the dawn of man, but it hasn't been made permanent by the internet. Once it's hit the internet, it's a permanent marker. It's a permanent marker. You're not washing this off. So, I mean, it's a very sad story that she has to continue to live with this kind of abuse. And I think the money, the total dollar amount is like, I think I saw it was like $240,000 or something like that. I might be mistaken. It says court records show that Peterson and his attorney were held in contempt of court by a magistrate judge earlier this week for failing to answer questions during a deposition related to Pete's lawsuit against Cooper. Peterson was ordered to pay a $20,000 fine. So this is some serious stuff. Very serious. What is this? FFYE Dits. Hi. Tell 1,200 people about me. FFDIDE Dits or something like that. I don't know where you're coming up with these names. It's crazy. This Milagro character is probably one of the worst people to come out of this entire situation, because he's just spreading lies. He's spreading falsehoods. It's just as simple as that. Spreading falsehoods and lies and untruths and making it worse for people. That's all he's doing. Excuse me. You're bagging. I'm lagging, by the way. I didn't realize. I can't tell, but thank you for telling me. I'm still pressing on. Maybe it'll change. Maybe it's because you're in a different... What part of the world are you? In what part of the world? You're lagging, by the way. Okay, so you might be in a different part of the world. It might be because of that. I'm not sure. I have full bars, full everything. Well, what part of the USA? He could be in a different section. I'm not sure. What part of the USA? Are you on the West Coast or are you on in the South? I'm on the East Coast right now. Newark, Delaware, to be precise. So, she has to deal with all this. This is all mental. This is all in the mind. This is all, this is why we probably haven't, heard a lot of Megan Thee Stallion. Always trips me out because it's like, I want to say Megan Thee Stallion. The. Oh, you're in Massachusetts. I was in Massachusetts. I was in Lowell, Massachusetts for almost 2 years. What part of Massachusetts are you in? I'm just calling you Ditz because the rest of the beginning is weird. I'm just calling you Ditz. Ditzy, if I may. What part of Massachusetts? Don't say Boston either. If you say Boston, then you're getting kicked out of here. No, I'm just kidding. East Bridgewater. I don't even know where that is. Is that on the east side of Boston? What part of what is the proximity to Boston? Is East Bridgewater? Hi, Sean Keith 3730. Hi, salute. Make sure you tell 1,200 people about me. Tell everybody in your Snapchat, your Facebook, your X, your Blue Sky, all of that. Tell everybody about me. If you like the content, if you're enjoying the content, make sure you tell somebody. East of Boston. Okay. Well, thank you for tuning in. Still lagging? Is it still a lag? It shouldn't be a lag. I have full bars and the full fan on my Wi-Fi, so it shouldn't be lagging. But it's just a sad situation. Okay, so I'm not lagging anymore. Great, great, great. So it's just a sad situation. I like Megan Thee Stallion. I like her style. I think she's fun. I think her songs are fun. I think she, has a really great and pleasant demeanor and a disposition. She seems like somebody that you could really have a deep relationship with. She's my kind of girl. She's kind of brown skin, kind of dark in some situations. She's got that abundant posterior and ample bosom. So she's got physical, but I'm here to talk about her mental, her mind, her thoughts. The reason why she is in this position where she is in, because she is still haunted by that day with Tory Lanez, who was convicted of shooting her, shooting at her feet. And that's just, sad. That's really sad because she's such a talented artist that she can't really focus on everything she's doing. I can't think of it. Maybe I'm missing out. I could be missing out. I don't listen to hip hop, rap radio and stuff like that. I don't even pay attention to the rap zines to get stories. That's it. So, for her to I don't know when her last release was. Let me see what her last single. Let me see just what her last single was. Megan Thee Stallion. Discography. Singles. As lead artist. Going down in 2025. Let's see. Whenever and Lover Girl. Hardly charted. Non-album singles, by the way. 38 and one didn't even chart. Other one went to 24 and 7. So as a featured artist, let's see that. 2024. So it looks like this is taking a toll on her. It looks like it's taking a definite mental toll on her. It seems like she's not really complete in her artistry because she has a creative block allegedly because of this PTSD, this post-traumatic stress disorder. And that is really sad. That is extremely sad because she is so talented. She's such a beautiful artist. She's a beautiful young lady. I think I'm pretty sure she's younger than myself. Pretty sure. I think she's a few years younger than me. Yeah, she's 30. I'm 37, so. Hot Girl Meg, Tina Snow, Hot Girl Coach, rapper, songwriter, and actress, active since 2016. Klay Thompson is clapping them cheeks. Klay Thompson of the Golden State Warriors. Klay Thompson looks like John B. Oh, excuse me. Now he's not even on the Golden State Warriors anymore. He's on the Dallas Mavericks. Let me correct that. He's on the Dallas Mavericks. Klay Thompson. Derek Pera Gia. That's cute, but I don't know what you're talking about. The streets ain't got no love. How about that? Streets ain't got no love. Derek. Ditzy is got something. I don't even know what that is. What is that? Is that? I don't even know what that is. But shit, yeah, Klay Thompson is with her. He's enjoying those cheeks. Clapping. She's probably sitting on his face. So He's probably having a body yaddy 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 yaddy. Hey yo, yeah, hey yo. It's true though, but I hope she is getting some kind of encouragement and some kind of see, I don't do emojis, sir. I don't know what the hell any of that means. I only go by text. I'm not even gonna repeat any of that because I can't repeat it. I don't know what to say. I only go by text, just to let everybody know. I only go by text. Is that FR for real? For real? But yeah, so I just hope that Klay Thompson is doing his pimp game, letting her go out and get that money, despite the PTSD. Say, look, baby, we're gonna work through this. We're gonna get through this. I got my money, you got your money. We're gonna make money together. It's gonna be all beautiful. It's gonna be great. It just says I can't tell. I'm saying hi to everybody. I say hello to everyone. I said hello to the room. I said hello to the rebroadcast. Hey, how are you? Thank you for being in my rebroadcast. I'm saying hi to everybody. Can you send a donation? My Cash App is $SKYLERSAUNDERS1. You send a donation, I'll say hi all night. But yeah, so okay, so it's really Derek, hold on. I got you, Derek. Hold on. You don't have any money, you can't be in my live. If you admit that you do not have money, you are out of my live. I don't care who you are. All I can do is delete. It's not a sorry. It just is what it is. I will delete all those messages. I can't kick you out, but I'll get those messages out of here. And I'll sit you down for a little while. Hold on, let me see. Don't be sorry, be careful. That's all I can say. Are you a hacker? Johnny3820 says, I'm not a hacker, no. Derek Parrott, GTA. Well, I'm not mad. I'm just telling you the truth. Just telling you like it is. Stay on topic. Stay on the topic. We're talking about Megan Thee Stallion. She has PTSD. She has been caused distress, and she's looking for a win in civil court in Florida. You meme. I meme somehow, I guess. I don't know how. Is meme a verb? Mene. I'm not understanding your words, but that's fine too. Yeah, it is crazy. This is saying hi again, so I'm saying hi again, and make sure you tell 1,200 people. Meanie. Mint. Mint. You're mean. Yes. Well, it's not really that's mean-spirited. I'm just hateful. I'm a hateful individual. I'm objectivist. I just don't have tolerance for nonsense. I'm trying to get this bag right now. That's the whole point of this show, is to get a bag. But I have to do my research. I have to understand what I'm talking about before I go on here and spew. Sometimes I look things up just to make sure I understand what I'm talking about, but that's it. And it's YOU''RE, mean, period. But yeah, so it looks like who's this? Jesse Kinney 7834. You're not mean. Thanks, Jesse. Appreciate it. Hi, Jesse. Male or female, Jesse? Yes, he isn't. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. But we have to talk about Megan Thee Stallion. PTSD, very serious condition. Multiple retired police officers, military war vets, people with, drug and alcohol abuse, abuse from being, a child, abuse from being in a relationship, a romantic relationship. Multiple people have PTSD. Oh, female, cool. How old are you, Jesse Kinney? If I may ask, 7834. Anyway, so she has this condition which prevents her. Okay, now you're playing with me, right? You're not serious, are you? You're not serious. Are you playing with me? You're not 10 years old. Please tell me. Look, there is no God, but goddamn, if you're 10 years old, you have got to get the hell up out of here. I'm gonna find some way for you to get the hell up out of here if you're actually 10 years old. Yes, thank you. Like up. Everybody get the likes up. And tell more people about me. Jesse, what is your age? What is your age? How old are you? Okay, you got me. I'm 27. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. See, yeah. Send me a picture of yourself via my Gmail. SKYLERSAUNDERS at gmail.com. Again, that's SKYLERSAUNDERS at gmail.com. Okay, then no, that's fine. Then don't. Ah, man. Yeah, Megan Thee Stallion. She is. She is definitely suffering. She's in a suffering mode right now. And it's really sad because she has experienced great success. She's gone platinum multiple times. Multiple times. It's really sad. So, do you know I'm actually 2,367? Jesse's like, sorry. Don't say sorry. Be careful. Don't be sorry. Be careful. How much subs you got? You gotta look up. You gotta find it. How old are you? You gotta find it out. Yes, 37. That's true. I was gonna say you gotta look it up. I'm 37 years old. Check. Look around on YouTube. Look how many people have subs. I don't have time to say how many subs I have. I have this story to report. So this is interesting. Shortly after the legal proceedings ended, Megan founded the independent music and entertainment company Hot Girl Productions. On February 2nd, 2024, last year, going back, Megan signed a distribution deal with Warner Music Group. Her masters and publishing will be released through Hot Girl. I like when I hear stories like that. So she has some kind of peace of mind. Yeah. I appreciate it. You can be one part of that. You can be part of that figure. That 1,012. I think I have 1,012 or 1,014. Last time I checked, it was 1,014. It's not your bad. You don't have to say you're bad. Just be careful. Just be good. Not your bad. Be good. Don't be sorry. Be careful. But anyway, so she's definitely suffering from this. This is the sad part. This is the downfall of various various artists, in the field of entertainment, because it's like It's nobody's business to give you the business. That's what I learned from a man named Mr. Choice Star Terrain. You have to figure it out. She must have figured it out something. She got a deal where her masters and her publishing will all come to her. That's a great deal. That's excellent. Not a lot of people can say that. Not a lot of people can say that. Yeah, she said, I will. So make sure you subscribe. Subscribe. Everybody that's in here, make sure you subscribe. I got 4 likes, 4 people in here. I'm not mad. I don't know any of you. I don't think you ever come into my live before. That's good news. That's progress. It's not just my base, which I respect and admire. But my base, here comes my base right now, Wizard. How long has the show been on? I'll answer you since you had a wrench. It's been 25 minutes, 53 seconds, 54 seconds, 55 seconds. So it's going almost 26 minutes, Wizard. I already have a sub. All right, thank you. Thank you for subbing. Thank you for the subscription, Jesse. I appreciate that. If you're telling the truth, you might just be bull-ishing. But I'll take your word for it. I'll take your word for it. So I am. So okay. Ditch is saying hi again. You said it like 12 times there. What's going on? All right, so Megan Thee Stallion might be, very, very talented, very good looking. But bye, Jesse. Bye. Take care. Make sure you tell 1,200 people about me. Make sure they come into the live. 5 likes. 5 people in here, so I'm not mad. I'm not mad at that. That's pretty cool. But Megan Thee Stallion, maybe I chose the wrong news story. I mean, maybe I dragged everybody down with the PTSD, but I'm just telling the truth. I'm just reporting what I saw in the news with this Milagro Gramz character, real name Milagro Cooper. This was filed in October 2024, so it's over a year old. But that's just seriously unfortunate. She's actually seeking a restraining order against an imprisoned Tory Lanez. He's in prison and she's filing a restraining order. That's pretty heavy. We get to see her smile and laugh and stuff like that, but she could be crying to herself, just like some sleepless nights, allegedly. I don't know, but she could, she may not be having the best time of her life. She could be in, terrible, situation right now. So 5 people in here, 5 likes. Can't be mad. Okay, now the 3 people. Bye, Ditzy. You're Ditzy from now on. Bye, Ditzy. Say salute to Massachusetts for me. I lived there for almost 2 years. It was a wonderful experience. Great experience. I had very good experiences there. Very good experiences in Boston and the other regions. Lowell, Brockton. Oh my God, I can't think of it right now. Hold on, let me see. Where is this located? Oh my God. Bedford, Massachusetts. Yes. Bedford, Massachusetts. I went from Lowell to Bedford to Brockton to Northampton. I was all over the place. Bye, everybody. All right. So, going into the last hour, I wish Megan Thee Stallion the most upright care and conditioning that she can possibly receive. I'm not a man of God. I'm an atheist, so I can only say, I cannot send up prayers. If anybody else wants to send up prayers, that's their business. But I would say, she should get scientific medical advice and be able to go on with her life worry free. All right, I want to say a word. There's a word, and I want to say, oh, free Tory. Now we're getting to something crazy with Wiz. We're going somewhere, or we're going somewhere else. Wiz Kid 90s. I like how you switched your name up too. That's cool. But I had a word, sacrifice. Let's talk about sacrifice. In our culture, we talk about sacrifice so adamantly. We say it with such vigor. We say it with such conviction. Sacrifice. It goes from the military to mothers to parents and children and school, and we just bandy it about like it's like a toy almost, but it's really serious. Sincerely, I tell you that sacrifice is a vice. It is evil. It is vicious. It is ugly. When you ever have a lose-lose or lose-win situation, that's never good. When somebody is losing, that's never a great situation. It goes back to us being little toddlers, little babies, little itty babies. You're in the sandbox. You're playing with an excavator. Somebody else has a dump truck. You want to have the dump truck, but they don't want to give up or you want to have the dump truck, but you don't want to give up your excavator, or there's some kind of contention or something like that. And you're like, no, I don't want to do that. And do you have a tractor that I could use? And then like, no. And so the parents are like, now you have to be sacrificial. They're not gonna say you have to be sacrificial, but their intent is to say that you have to give up your toys. You have to lend it to your friend. But like Dr. Yaron Brooks said, mommy and daddy aren't lending the keys to their enemy, to drive across the street, to get some milk or something like that. That's not happening. And I'm going by principle. I'm going on principle only. I'm going by the principle because, of course, you can say, well, toys are a totally different situation than actual vehicles, actual cars. It's about the principle. The principle is that you wouldn't give your worst enemy a seat, in your car, and you hand over the key, and you shouldn't do that for your own children either. For the principle of it, I know, like I said, there's a big difference between cars that are worth tens of thousands of dollars and toys that are worth what, $10 if that. It's all about the principle. Brooklyn 10-9-52. Is this the same Brooklyn? Hi, Scott. This is the only outfit you have. This is just, it's like Pee Wee Herman. This is my Pee Wee Herman outfit. What was the topic? It only shows half of the title. Okay, I'll give you the topic. The original topic was Megan Thee Stallion defamation. I think it was the defamation suit, something like that. If I'm not mistaken. For Wiz, because Wiz is a contributor. He contributed bodies and eyeballs, so I appreciate it. Let me see this. It's Megan Thee Stallion expected to testify against blogger in federal defamation trial. That's the full title. Wizard. And I wouldn't have done it for anybody else, but unless you got a wrench, or you're just cool people. But anyway, I'm talking about sacrifice. Sacrifice is the worst thing. The main vision we have is Jesus on a post, being just flayed and excoriated and just in horrible, vicious, terrible pain and struggling and dying. But he's doing it because he loves humans. He's doing it because of the vicious and the ugly and the low down and the people that aren't worthy, the wretches, like they say in them song. A wretch like me, Amazing Grace. A wretch like me, that's already destroys your self-esteem, saying that you're a wretch. That's horrific. Uh-oh. What blogger? His name is Milagro Gramz. Milagro Gramz, Brooklyn. You don't have a wrench, but I'm telling you because you're pretty cool, I think. Why did you change your name? Did you have to change your name and same thing with Wiz, you both changed your names. What's going on? Am I getting something confused here? And what's wrong with being a rat? Rats are cool. Rats are a cool species. They may spread disease, but they, by themselves, they probably have some kind of redeeming attributes. But anyway, sacrifice is a very serious thing to contend with. It's a very serious flaw in the makeup of humanity. It's gone back millennia. Like I said, Jesus died on the cross for whom? He didn't die for me. I died for my own sins. I don't get into that. I don't get into any idea of that. YouTube is changing everything. So what does that mean, Brooklyn? They change your name? But that's the ultimate vision of sacrifice. That's the ultimate thought about sacrificing yourself for your common man. And I always say on the battlefield, he jumped on a grenade. And by the way, I'm a Marine. I only had training, and I went through boot camp. I went through Marine combat training. I went through school, military occupational school. There was no training. There was no hint. There was nothing that I observed where they talked about, okay, this is today recruits, or today Marines, we're going to talk about jumping on grenades. Nobody ever says that. Nobody. It's just like implied. It's like, wink, wink, hint, hint, nudge, nudge. If you see a grenade, make sure you jump on it. It's the weirdest thing. It's so strange. It's like you would have to jump on the grenade to save your fellow Marines or your fellow soldiers or whoever it may be. You saved them. What will be a sacrifice will be if you picked up the grenade and threw it at your Marines or your combatant, your fellow compatriots. That would be a horrific and terrible sacrifice. But nobody sees that as such. They see the reverse. They say, "Oh wow, he landed on a grenade and he survived. Wow, that's great. That was a great sacrifice. That was a sacrifice he did." And then even on lighter situations, you having to go out to Alaska or going to some far off land. You're from Delaware, but you have to be stationed in Washington D.C. or something like that, and you can't travel from home as much as you like, and you have to make concessions. You have to make thought plans whether you go out and you go out to this position or not. And it's just like people say, "Oh, I sacrifice." I'm supposed to be with my wife and kid, but I sacrifice for my country. I sacrifice. It's terrible. It's horrible. Do you have rats running around the crib? No, I don't. They changed the handles. Wow, what? That's crazy. That's crazy. You have to explain that further. They changed the handles. They changed the handles? Did they though? Or did you change your handle? WizKid or Wizard, as I known him as, he always had the handle Wizard, and I guess he just changed it. But did you change to those numbers? That seems like really generic. Brooklyn 10952. Yeah, I know Wiz. I thought you did. That makes sense. But Brooklyn seems like it's like generated. It seems like the YouTube system, like an algorithm, changed his name or something. That's crazy. I don't know. But sacrifice Sacrifice goes along with unselfishness, selflessness, being, not thinking of yourself last, but who was the recipient? Who was the recipient? Who was supposed to be the recipient of all this? It's crazy. I changed nothing. Okay, well, that's weird, Brooklyn. I don't understand that. That's weird. You have to take that up with Google and Alphabet, I guess. I don't know. Those are the parent companies of YouTube. But no, this is crazy. This is wild. Sacrifice, unselfishness, selflessness, all of those going together. They're all evil. Because somebody's collecting the sacrifices. Like Jesus sacrificed. Okay, great, wonderful, wow, great. He's a sacrificial lamb. Great, got you. But for whom? For people that are lesser than him, people that are scoundrels and wretches and ugly and disturbing. And some of them may be okay, some may be even very good. But he had to sacrifice for them, and they didn't have the decency to realize that he was a perfect being and that he struggled and died for them, and they didn't deserve it. That's why they have Christianity so much. Christianity rules the world so much because of those notions. That's where it comes from. So sacrifice is, just a horrific, blight on humanity. There's somebody sacrificing somebody right now. Somebody just, landed on a grenade in Ukraine right now. Oh, he died. He landed on a grenade and perished to save his family. That was a great sacrifice. Was it a sacrifice? How is it a sacrifice if the definition of sacrifice essentially is giving up a greater value for a lesser value? That's what sacrifice means. It's a lose-lose situation. It's a lose-win situation. Somebody's got to lose. Somebody's got to lose somehow. And of course, they look at Jesus. Thank you for taking one for the team. That was a huge step in picking up the check. You really picked up the check for humanity. Appreciate it. Thanks. Wiz says, I said, what up, Jesus? That's Jesus, right? That's yay. I said, what up, Jesus? I can't remember the next line. Sacrifice is something you're familiar with, right? Of course. Would you sacrifice your soul for glitter and gold? Of course not. If I was given a chance to say, oh, look, you gotta get these billions of dollars, you'll be given $10 billion and to give up your sexuality, your sense of self, everything. We'll give you $10 billion, but you gotta go out as a homosexual, you gotta be a gay guy, or you gotta be something like that. Or you gotta dress up like a woman and act like a woman for the rest of your life. You have to be a transgender or something like that. I'm like, hell no. $10 billion is a lot of money. That's a great big amount. That's good money. Great money. Excellent money. But I'm not willing to sell my soul for just because somebody said, you can get this amount of money if you change your sex or change your sexual orientation or something like that. Well, they said that the best God gave us the talent, but the devil make us famous. Ooh, that was pretty strong. I like that. Rapper Wale ain't my bad. Typo. Oh, Wale said the best God gave us the talent, but the devil make us famous. That's something to contemplate on because, there is no God and there is no devil, of course. But, that makes, I understand what he's getting at. He's like, you're talented, you have some kind of ability, but, the fame comes in and that can disrupt things if you're not careful. Because there's plenty of, actors and actresses that are, pretty steady. Eddie Murphy's steady. He sips on 7-Up. He doesn't do, alcohol. He doesn't do any drugs. He's pretty straight-laced. Tom Hanks, Steven Spielberg, all you never hear them. Denzel Washington. Samuel L. Jackson was a crackhead. But now he's turned his life around. You don't hear them in tabloids. You don't listen to them on TMZ. You know what they're doing because they're just living their life. They know how to tame the fame. That I'm gonna write that down. Tame the fame. That might be one of my catchwords. Tame the fame. Wale fell off hard. Well, Wale kind of made a return, I think. Let me make sure about that. Hold on. Wale is talking about. He's in the headlines. He's at least relevant, if not a factor. He's at least relevant. My voice chat trash. Yeah. Sorry. If Wale fell off, then no labels would invest. Well, I don't know. Maybe that could be the case. I'm not too sure. I'm not 100% sure on that. But yeah, Wale, he had a hell of a run. I really liked it. I still like. I think this is my favorite song of his is Nike Boots, and then the next one will probably be Pretty Girl, Sunshine in the Air, something like that. Can't remember. And I liked him on the features, like with Rick Ross and Meek Mill, 600 bins, coming 600 grand. That was a strong song. Wale just got a new deal and dropped a good album. Yeah. I just noticed that. What even is a label these days? That's a good bumbleclot. But X1S, maybe they are changing people. What is this? What is bumbleclot X1S? Was it always X1S? Excuse me for a second. Bumba oxtails fell off. I ain't even Jamaican, fool. Wiz says a label has the relationships with different radio stations, marketing companies, etc., etc. If you want to be mainstreaming, then you better sign. Want to be mainstream, you better sign. Well, I just like what I said about Megan Thee Stallion. She worked out a deal with Warner, and they're going to give her a master's and her publishing. I think that's beautiful. Whenever I hear those stories, I get my heart warms. My brain really warms. But the society always says about your heart. Oh, it's a heart. It's your brain. It's your mind. But anyway, yeah, she's got her publishing and her masters. That's a beautiful situation. How many people can say they got their publishing and their masters? She worked out a deal. It's on Hot Girl, something Hot Girl. But that's beautiful. But anyway, sacrifice. Sacrifice isn't working really hard to get where you want to be. Like all the sacrifices I made and everything like that. No. You got it all wrong. It's not sacrifices that you're making. It's the opposite. Because you go to school, you go to college. You spend 4 years for a bachelor's. You spend 2 to 4 years getting a master's. You spend another 2 to 4, maybe 8 years to get a doctorate. Was that all? All that work to get to that level, was that sacrifice? How is that a sacrifice if you're giving up a lesser value for a greater value? Yes, it was difficult. It's a challenge. It's hard. It's very demanding that you do all the work on, do the homework, do all the different labs and all that. But it turns out that you become a doctor. What? That's a sacrifice? It was a sacrifice to become a doctor. I had to sacrifice so much. I had to do this. I mean, that doesn't make any sense. It's completely bunk. It's completely nonsense. It's complete nonsense. You don't sacrifice for your children. You don't say, "Oh, I had to sacrifice for my kids." No, you don't sacrifice because you value them more than whatever you had to go through. It may be rough, it may be tough, but you value the fact that they're more important, they're more vital to your life than whatever issues you had, whatever things were canceled, whatever you had to put off. Those are just lesser than. Those are lesser than. The greater idea was your kids. That's the main point I'm trying to say. Let's see. It's not like the old days when record stores and radio, it's all streaming and TikToks. Facts. That's facts. That is true. Oh, but I didn't even see it. Hold on. It's a rapper named FIDK who signed a record deal with Warner Brothers to have his own label, and he hasn't signed an artist yet. Wow. Probably signed an AI artist. And they'll go triple platinum with just a few singles. That's where we're headed. This is gonna be AI. The whole charts are gonna be full of AI. The Billboard charts, the 200 and the 100, the singles charts and the albums charts are gonna be all AI. One day, watch. You just watch. It's starting right now. It's not even like it's like a distant thing. It's coming up real soon, really soon. That one AI Drake song was the best song I heard that was created by AI. Is that the one with Tupac? Is that the one you're talking about? Wiz? The one with Tupac, is that the one you're saying? But if that surprised me. I was like, even those AI generated images, like if you don't know better, then you kind of don't know what you're seeing. Like I know Tupac is dead. He's not hugging Biggie, in front of Cardi B or something like that. Whatever the case may be. I'm just giving you an example. But that would never happen. I think she was born before they even were. I think she was born after they were killed. I think so. Let me make sure. No, she was born before. She's 33. I'm putting a little sauce on it. I was putting sauce on it. I have to correct myself. She was born before they were killed. The eye pictures look fake. Yeah, they some of them look like I said. If you don't know any better, you probably didn't do it. But then if you do know better, it's like, come on, man. They just brushed up some that, just put on some gloss and some a hairstyle and stuff like that. It looks kind of fake. So Megan Thee Stallion just renegotiated her deal. I understand. Yes, I think that's technically what happened. Yeah. It was last year. I want to see what it's called. Let me see. Hot Girl Productions. That's what it is. Hot Girl Productions. Hot Girl Productions. So that's pretty big. I think that's awesome. Tory was about to crack the game wide open. That's why they got rid of him. He showed that you don't need labels, and he still was on all of the charts. I did not realize that, but that's alleged right now because the thing that's confirmed is that he's a convicted felon. That's all I can say. He's a convicted felon. You can say, which way and that way and all of that, and that sounds hot, but he's a convicted felon. I can't say anything else. That's the only facts I have. Can't say, oh well, he would have changed the game. He would have flipped it over. He was going all completely independent, and he was still on the charts and stuff like that. That sounds cute. It sounds hot, but doesn't mean much. Jay-Z put the man on Tory. Okay, is that alleged or is that true? Do you have anything to back that up factually? Do you have anything to back that up with evidence, proof? Wiz, are you just, pissing in the wind? What are you doing? Sacrifice. Sacrifice means that you're losing. Every time you hear the word sacrifice, just think of a loss. Somebody's got to lose. Lose, win. Lose. Somebody's going to lose. No matter what. Why can't it be win-win? You take your excavator and you set it aside, and you pick up a shovel and a bucket, and you say, here's a shovel and a bucket for your tractor, and they'll be like, okay, good trade. That's a good trade. It's all about trade, win value for value, win-win situations. That's the whole idea. And let your parents have, their worst enemy, the person they despise the most, take their vehicle and let them have a spin with it. Go around the block. I'm not advocating that. You shouldn't be having your worst enemy doing that. But that's what sacrifice demands. That's what it demands. It's true. Just like there's a creator of all things, aka God. Well, give me the evidence. Show me the evidence. Show me the Carfax. Wiz, show me the evidence. Give me proof. You can say anything. You can say 2 + 2 = 5. All day. 2 + 2 = 5. And have that, you know what? That's the truth. I put the numbers 2 + 2, and the sign plus, and the number 2, and the equal sign, and then 5. And look, I can see it. You can read it back. 2 + 2 = 5. I need receipts. Exactly. Give me the receipts. You're living evidence that God exists. How? Give me an example. Give me a reason. What does God look like? What does he smell like? What kind of car does he drive? What kind of house does he live in? Who does the gardening? Who does the flowers? Who does the grass in heaven? See, when you get specific like that, everybody's like, "Oh, well, it's not. That's not what we're talking about. That's not what we're saying. There is a God." Show me. Give me evidence. Give me proof. And it's YOU''RE, living evidence. I'm messing with you, Wizard. He drives a Maybach. See, he drives a Maybach. So how is it unlimited gas? Does he still have to put gas in it? Is it run on a battery? Is it battery operated? What is the? See, it gets weird when you get to specifics. When you get to exact real world scenarios with things that don't exist, like God. It runs on the devil's tears. That was clever. That was good. It runs on the devil's tears. So what is the devil? What is the devil doing? Is he clipping his fingernails? Is he eating a cheesesteak right now? I was getting it with Holly yesterday. She was like, I'm gonna get a steak and cheese. I was like, oh, no. You gotta be careful. You coming to Philly like that? You coming around South Jersey, Delaware? They'll bust your chops. They'll tear you down to size. It's a cheesesteak, not a steak and cheese. But I was just messing with her. She must be busy right now. I don't know where she is, but salute to her. He just got over pneumonia. He might give us a show tonight. The devil, aka Star. Yeah. Well, I'm the devil. I actually am. My birth month, day, and year equate to 666. I can show it to you. One day. I can break it down. It's all comes out to 666. That was funny. He just got over pneumonia. He might be give us a show. But yeah, so sacrifice, evil, awful, terrible. You don't want to have anything to do with it at all. I see that Star is still promoting certain people on his show. Yeah, so what does that mean? What are you saying? That's what he does. He gets money like that. What are you saying? Sometimes you guys with your statements are just blanket statements. I see that Star is still promoting certain people on his show. What do I do with that? I don't know. Okay, yes, got you. I got you, Wiz. Yeah. I'm trying to figure out what happened, why he doesn't promote you anymore. He promotes me. He promotes. Last time I checked, I still have the banner. He promotes. When does he? He doesn't promote people vocally usually, but I still have banners on the show. What are you saying? I'm missing something, sir. If you go to a show, he has the banners. What makes you think he doesn't promote me anymore? What? Again, evidence, proof. Oh, he stopped sharing a link in the community section. No, he's not promoting videos anymore. Only merchandise. He's not promoting any video makers. That's true. Nobody, for your video, he's not promoting. That's why I'm doing this. I'm getting my weight up like this. Because it was like, I'll get 12 views without this vertical feed. And then I'll be in the community section. It'll go up to like 100 to 200, views or something like that. Off of one video once a week. I'm getting it every single day now. I'm getting like in the 60s to 100 range. Yeah. You follow from the banner. Gambino's up in here. Oh, he stopped sharing the link in the community section, right? Yes. No more videos. That's what I was trying to figure out. Of course, yes. Why not video makers? It doesn't prove enough money. He's not making money from it. The merchandisers are paying him money specifically for the merchandise. I'm not paying him specifically for my videos, but the merchandisers are paying for their wares. So it's just a business move. It's all business. How do you feel about the Chicago situation? He talked about that, didn't he? Didn't he talk about it? I don't know if I want to talk about it. I want to talk about Sacrifice some more. I want to talk about, Megan Thee Stallion some more, if you guys don't mind. But I'll just say a quick information. This is the Black Armageddon coming into life. Look up Starr's book, The Black Armageddon. He says a lot about it. So this is it coming into life. Was it a white lady, by the way? I didn't even check. I just heard that a woman got doused, was set ablaze or something like that. I don't even know if she lived or not, but she was on fire or something like that. It was crazy. Sale hats? What? Your audio is crazy. Your word processor for your words is crazy, Wiz. I asked you about her new record deal. Yes, it's with Hot Girl Productions. She gets her master's in her publishing. Megan Thee Stallion. Hot Girl Productions. Sale hats, though. What are you talking about? Sale hats? You mean small hats? Which I don't. I respect Mr. Choice Star Terrain, but I don't like that because they have big hats. Like on one of my stories, I show you with both was a huge fur hat, and then there's like a regular black hat with a wide brim. I don't like the small hat idea. I just don't. It's confusing too because it's Christians and Muslims have small hats too. The zucchetta or zucchetto, and the kufi, among other hats. That's what we're warning about. That's the whole war. Like the late great George Carlin said, all wars and everything, with religion and faith and everything like that is due to the hats. Just because somebody has a different hat than you. Could you imagine if the Jews started wearing kufis, or the Christians started wearing yarmulkes? It would upset the entire balance of the world. Everybody would be going crazy. People losing their minds. If a mom wore the same hat that the Pope wears, could you imagine that? It'd be crazy. We'd be like, what? I don't believe this. This is crazy. He has on the wrong hat. Oh my God. I was saying you should sell hats in the community section, basically merch. I don't have any merchandise. I can't sell. Who are the real Jews? Who are the real Jews? Who are the real Muslims? Who are the real Christians? But I just thought of that. That's brilliant. I have to give myself a pat on the back for that. Just imagine. I wrote a story about that, by the way, about small hats. And I think that's what the whole gist of it was. Could you imagine though, you know, a Jewish man wearing the Pope's hat, that big Pope hat that he wears? Just imagine if a Jewish man was wearing that. Like, why can't he? What if Jewish men started wearing zucchettas that the Cardinals wear? Those red beanie hats, What if Jewish men started wearing that? Why not? Why can't a Muslim wear a yarmulke? I don't get it. Is Trump a small hat? Trump is a small brain. Next, Green Day Junkie. Ladies and gentlemen, and let me introduce to you the one and only black newsman, Skylar Saunders sees in the afternoon. Why are they changing your names? They're crazy. That's Sir Richard James. And his is Green Day Junkie. With the threes is E's, which I hate. What is going on? A Muslim should be allowed to wear a pork pie hat like Scholar sees. Yeah, and emphasis on the pork. He changed it. If he changed it, that's crazy. Because the same thing happened to Brooklyn. Brooklyn was like 12732 or something like that. It was crazy. I know you changed yours, Wiz. I know you changed yours because yours actually makes sense. You're a wizard. You're a kid. Wiz Kid is like another name for wizard. And 90s, you're a 90s baby, I would assume. YouTube changed my name. Fact. Wow. That's crazy. But I still got to go and get this vertical feed money. This vertical feed is feeding me right now. It's off the charts. It's crazy. Every day. It's been at least 60 views. Every day. It's beautiful. So, I appreciate the vertical feed. That vertical feed is something beautiful. So, I think I stated enough. I appreciate everybody that came through. Thank you, Rick James. Rick James, you want to hang out for a while? What you want to talk about, Rick James? What's on your mind, sir? Sir, what happened to Skylar Saunders sees in the morning? I watch it with my morning porridge. Something. Yeah, I don't do it in the mornings that much. I might do it tomorrow. Excuse me, just to see if it, there's a change. But I was considering Holly. I was considering some other people that get off of work and are engaged in the broadcast. So, YouTube not changing nobody name into junkie. Stop it. Stop the cap. Rick James, stop the cap. You changed your name. Allegedly, I don't know. I can't tell. I didn't change my name. That's all I know. My name still comes up. Holly is in the marriage moment. Yes, she is. She is. You watch your mouth with Holly. You watch your filthy, dirty old man mouth. You be careful when you talk about Holly. I respect you, sir. Respect the lady of the house, even though she's not in the house right now. She's good money. Not a black woman, but she's okay in my book. That's awesome. I've got 5 people in here and 8 likes. How am I feeling, Rick James? How am I feeling? Give them some time to respond. But yeah, so yeah, exactly. Yes, Rick James, understood. Yes. No, we did not. I'm not going to get to them unless they're in the house. If they're in the house, then I'll get to them. But until, if they're not in the house, then I won't get to them. I have not done the sponsors. They have to be in the house. For now. I mean, one day I'll just like, okay, here's everybody, let everybody know what the sponsors are. But for right now, they have to be in the house. Okay, so it's been real, Rick James. Unless you want to talk about something, I'm gonna skate off. I appreciate everybody for coming in. I will see you sometime, maybe in the morning, maybe at the night, maybe somewhere in between. But I should see you tomorrow. Everybody take care and don't sacrifice ever. Take care.